Ghana for ye nim insensem bi a ekoso samante go amenka ka madwen insensem ekoso ane se a special prosecutor na wako some cars bi akoto with some skibia hu bebe onu sesika we fie sansem yi ebeye ensem pi e Ghana ha some time ago na se siasa asemu akodo Supreme Court anu tiama ye no efi akunya kese no so nempo ahwefo amu ina mo hwen mo kaya edu ho na ka sentina definitely ebe yi no efi akunya no so ampampa nso ade a e kan na abem yi o mo yi no efi akunya so if so hwe the office of the special prosecutor the office ne insensem a ekoso ho no ma anheda enso eye Ghana abanyani na Ghana fo mu ina mo kam ne nkwaje sa ensem ntwem mbra meda mu ina asa.
Now Kisi Ajebe, your thoughts, your take.
Well, absolutely. I think that the name Office of the Special Prosecutor sends shivers down the spine of quite a number of people. And it is the reason why the office is of so much interest by the political elite. And we find that various people are trying various mechanisms and strategies to try and pull down the office, and much more so probably even the individual occupying the office, because they see that these are independent, objective-minded people who are not going to broker to one side or the other when issues arise. I think that for those of us in the anti-corruption space, we understand that what matters more is prevention rather than prosecution and trying to chase after sums of money that have been stolen. Not many people understand that perspective. It is not worth using more money to go running after resources that have been lost. Often we are not able to retrieve as much as we would have if we had prevented the crime in the first place, the fraud or the corruption. And so from a preventive heart, and looking at about 11 cases the current special prosecutors handled since August 2021. That's 3 years, almost 4 major cases every year, and very high-level ones at that. Just that the court processes have not been finalized. Some have been, and some are on appeal, like Sir John's case where they administratively froze his assets in the Sakumono Ramsar site as well as the Chimota Forest, and yet the court ruled against that, saying that it was posthumous, which they've appealed against. So from where I sit, I think that the OSP is serving a very important role as a deterrent, and as probably being the one institution that has been proactive in ensuring that those who want to continue being greedy cannot just feel comfortable about it.
Let me bring in Bobby Banton, who joins us via phone. Bobby, I'm going to pose that same question to you. For starters, do you feel the office of the special prosecutor has lived up to the billing? And if you do, why?
Well, I think depending on who is looking at what the expectation was, for me, looking at when they were set up, the kind of resources that have been allocated to them, both financial and human resources, the kind of political cooperation that they have received, I don't think they could have done better than what they are doing now.
You don't think they could have done better? Is that what you just said?
Yes, than what they are or what they have done. There's of course room for improvement, and like with every institution, it takes time to build the structures. And so I am very hopeful that over time they would live up to the billing, like you said. But as it stands now, I think they are pushing, they are doing their best. Because you see, for instance, there are times that they have even gone against the office of the party in government. And it's something that is commendable. Without it, they are putting out what they have done. You cannot be right, but at least there must be reasons backing action. And those.
Bobby, I'm missing you. I'm losing you. There are patches in the conversation. I'd beg you to just reposition yourself and okay, speak up a bit more. Go back maybe just 20 seconds. Yes, it's better.
Okay, so I'm saying that with the environment that the OSP office finds itself in, I don't think they could have done better than what they are doing now. And I believe, like with every institution, it takes time to build structures. And so once we have the personnel there with the right environment, I believe that over time, the office would have the structures that we all want to see to be able to discharge their mandate under the Office of the Special Prosecutor Act.
The question is D4 Dabeng. When will that come? People are saying already, yes, it has had its own logistical constraints, the institution, the outfit, but we've also pumped many tens of millions of our money into that outfit. A lot of money has been pumped in there. You talk about human resource. We've also, diverted, if you like, some stalwarts in there. Even there was that tussle between, I believe, Customs and the Office of the Special Prosecutor over having someone seconded there. I'm not saying it's a perfect situation, but I'm saying quite a lot has been expended. Are you saying that juxtaposing what has been committed versus the returns? Adam Senano was just mentioning 11 cases. What has come of them? Those still in court, those that have been dealt with. Are we really getting the returns in the fight against corruption? And I'll pose that same question to Adam Senano, but I'll start with you, Bobby.
Well, I think we are seeing some effort, which hitherto was not there. And, you can't expect returns where you have not sold. So you can't reap what you have not sold. And so if these are the sowing periods for that office, with the experiences they will garner, the legislative framework, the human resources, I believe that with time, we would all see the fruits that we are expecting.
Adam, quick thoughts on that. When you juxtapose all of the resources committed versus what we've gained, what is your brief take? And then we'll go into other substantive matters.
Well, truth be told, it's important to get the timing right. For the bulk of the period, the OSP has worked with less than 15 staff. It wasn't until the last quarter of last year that they went above 100 or so. They now got the support, the financing to now do substantive, recruitment. So it's less than 1 year since they got, in that sense, a certain full complement of staff. And yet during that time, they have been at the forefront, more proactive than most of the other anti-graft agencies we have in this country, making sure that as issues came up, they took an interest. And the cases they've handled are high profile. The cases may not have ended in terms of the court processes, but even in terms of the initial actions, these have provided a very strong sense of direction, in terms of the position that the institution is taking on graft. So I think that perhaps as Ghanaians, we are in a haste to see results. I think that if we had, for example, a fast-track court on anti-corruption dedicated to that space, we would have seen a lot more results by now. And I think that they are doing quite well considering the timing, the logistics, and other resources that are provided.
Are you surprised as an anti-graft campaigner? And of course, the likes of Daniel Yao Domelevo have always said